Scottsdale, Arizona, to talk to you today about the Rumblex Pro from Life Pro. I'm really excited to be able to do this for Joel and Abe. This is a great product, and today I'm going to work with you on talking about how to strengthen your core, some therapeutic stretches, things you can do on this incredible machine. So a little bit about me. I am a full-time fitness trainer. I've been in this business for 22 years. I'm 63 years old, so I know about injury. I know about issues in your tissues. I understand about getting strong, about getting fit, about losing weight, about toning, tightening, restoring yourself, repairing from injury. I get it. I totally get it. So, I learned about Life Pro about 5 or 6 months ago, and I was very intrigued by the fact that there was a company that was selling a vibration platform, which is what I'm going to talk about today, the Rumblex Pro 4. Pretty interesting because I've worked at fitness centers that have these incredible big power plates, these machines that you cannot move. Once they're there, they're pretty much there. They're heavy duty. And I've used them with my clients, and pretty much all they do is vibrate at high intensities. So I got my Rumblex Pro 4, which is right here in my studio. I teach Pilates, I teach weight training, I teach functional movement, therapeutic yoga, besides water aerobic spin, jack of all trades, master of some. But, I was really thought I would love to have a vibration platform in my studio. And I didn't think I could ever afford to do that. So lo and behold, I hook up with Joe, and he tells me about this piece of equipment. Joel and Abe, just a little bit about these guys, like at Life Pro, they get it. They know how we feel, not as fitness people, but as just people that are ready to life. They had injuries. They sought ways to try to get stronger, to rehab from injuries. They, like me, bought lots of different equipment to figure out how to do it and didn't have the success that they wanted to have. So they sought a way to deliver products to a community that would help them. And that's what I liked, that they are helping the community, and now I get to help people with their products. It's a win-win. So, everything from rehab to strengthening, they've got a product for it. I've got a couple of their other products, but the Rumblex Pro 4 is what I'm going to talk about today. And you know what? You're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to just be disappointed that you've shelled out some cash for this product. Think about how many things you might have. I can tell you I have them in my closet or maybe in the garage, or maybe I've given away to Goodwill already. Things that were like the latest and greatest product that was going to help me to get fit, to help me to heal. You know what I'm talking about, right? Some of them work. I'm not saying they don't, but today you're going to see how simple this product is to use. I can tell you effectively that I have been using it now, June, 5 months or so. And sometimes I literally just get on this machine for 5-10 minutes at the first thing in the morning just to loosen up. I don't have to do a lot of stretching or have to do a lot of big moves to get the vibration to work for me. So if you're not familiar with vibration platforms, basically they shake. There's a bunch of energy in the machine that puts energy in your body, right? Like I said, the one that I had at a couple of the fitness centers I worked at, and I work at high-end country clubs. These are nice pieces of equipment. They just did that. They just vibrated. Well, the Rumblex Pro is 4-dimensional. It not only vibrates, it oscillates, means it goes up and down, so you can move up and down. It goes laterally, so it shifts you. And then it can combine anything. So you've got 7 different options in how you can get this vibration, this energy into your body. It's just not the plain old vibrate. So that was like an amazing thing. Oh gosh, there's so much I have to tell you, but the good news is I've got an hour to tell you. And if you have any questions along the way, just hit me up. Type in the chat box, and we'll get back to you now or soon hereafter to answer your questions as best as we can. Because here's the deal. Life Pro Fitness is a community. It's not going to be just me. It's going to be a bunch of people that are going to help out. And that's the cool part. This is really, real life people helping real life people. And I think that's pretty awesome that we can help each other like that. Let me tell you what I got when I did purchase the Rumblex Pro. I didn't only get this machine, which by the way is extremely portable. It has wheels. It's got a cool mat, a nice little mat that if you're not standing on it, and I do a lot of my stuff barefoot. You can do your shoes too. If you're sitting or your hands on it, you've got a mat, or you can use the mat if you're kneeling on the floor. But it came with so many other pieces of equipment. I was kind of shocked. I actually didn't expect it. And excuse me, as I bend down here to get some of the stuff. Okay, resistance bands. Yeah, it doesn't come with just one. It comes with 4 light, medium, heavy, and extra heavy resistance bands. Pretty cool for helping to stabilize and strengthen. So you've got resistance bands. It comes with, and I have one already on the machine, a nylon strap. And I like to use this for stability. Especially, I've got a lot of older clients I deal with. They're, well, anywhere, I'm a kid for some of them, but generally about 55 to 92. Lately, I've been putting my 87-year-old client on here, and he's always had balance issues. I've been training this guy for 19 years, and he doesn't fight me on it anymore because he knows he needs better balance. But I put him on there, and he's just a little nervous about the shaking, and that's awesome because it is helping him to be aware of his body. His muscles are already activating to keep him from falling. He's not going to fall. His feet are on the ground, but he's just shaking a little. He holds on to these straps, and he's a little more stable. So 2 nylon straps. Then it comes with also 2 little stretchy straps, and you can attach them. There's different points on this device where you can attach your straps to do some work with a really nice, stable or sturdy cord with a nice soft handle. It also comes with 2 sets, not one, but 2 sets of stronger resistance bands. And they didn't chintz out on this. They've got the bands with the canvas covering. I love these kind of bands because if for some reason the tubing inside breaks, you're not going to get hit in the face. It will protect you from being hit. So these are awesome, well-made bands. And of course, having the bands, it comes with handles. And again, nice, soft, grippy ones, not the hard plastic stuff. So you can attach the handles to there. Also, it's got 2 different kind of loops. I don't know where some of them are, but I've got the ankle or wrist loops. Okay, so you can put that on, and you can, if you can't grip for some reason, you've got the loops attached. What else? A remote. A snazzy little remote so that you can literally not have to bend down all the time. You can adjust through the remote. And the other cool part, which I'm not going to use today, but it's very cool, is there's a Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth your music into the device. So that's very awesome. So it was just like Christmas in June when I got this product, that I got all the stuff. Then to top it off, there is an extensive video library that teaches you all sorts of exercises depending on what your goal is. Whether it's strengthening your shoulders, biceps, triceps, your glutes, your abs, quads, hamstrings. I mean, it's got it all. So that's very, very cool. So what else can I tell you? The benefits. What are the benefits of a vibration platform? I'm going to talk now because I got so much information to tell you about this product that I won't be able to focus on the exercises that I want to tell you about. So let me get all this out of the way. Hopefully you'll catch all of it. Benefits of a vibration platform. Muscle toning, simply by standing on the vibration platform. I guess I could stand on it and hook it up. I'm going to put it on a program right now. Let's see, and we're going to put it on. My favorite new program is P3. It's automatically programmed. Okay, pick it up. I'm going to stand on it. So let me tell you some benefits while I'm on here. Might as well shake a little bit. Okay. Muscle toning. Simply by standing on this platform, there is energy. And you can probably start seeing me shake a little bit. It's at a low level. This program is going to amp up from speed 1 to 60. It's going to get intense. So muscle toning, your muscles naturally contract because there's an unstable surface. Fat loss. How do you get fat loss? Standing on a vibration platform. Oh, here we go. It's increasing. There goes my lateral move. So when we're moving through our lymphatic system, we're releasing toxins in the body. And when we release toxins, we're pushing through inflammation, and that's going to help with fat loss. And if you have fat loss, that means you're losing weight. So that's another benefit of this vibration platform. Increasing your metabolic rate. It's going to up-level the calories burned. It's going to up-level the calories that are being consumed or used after you've consumed them. Now you're going to burn them. We also have increased benefit of or decreasing your stress level. And how do you do that on a vibration platform? Well, there's something about these hormones that we have, the serotonin levels and our dopamine levels help those happy hormone levels to increase and decrease your stress. So I'll tell you what, sometimes if you're coming home from work, you're stressed out, or the kids, or whatever your deal is, sitting on the platform, stand the platform, just moving energy in your body is going to start calming you down. You might hear me sound a little different because I'm vibrating. It makes you laugh and smile. They're those happy hormones. What else? Improved bone density. So there's one program here, which is the oscillating, that goes up and down. It's kind of a little jackhammer feel to it. So bone density, when our bones hit together gently, that creates osteoblasts in the cell. So that increases bone growth. So that little vibration is going to help with bone density. Also going to increase your balance and flexibility. Balance because it's an uneven surface. Let me show you that oscillating while I'm on here. I mean, you might as well see it. Why not? And I'm going to put it on a speed of, oh gosh, I'll say maybe about, remember there's 60 speeds here. I'm going to put it in about 22. Okay, there you go. So you can see how I'm shaking. I'm going to stand up. It is making my abdominals contract like crazy, making my glutes tighten like crazy. I'm jiggling like crazy. Then I'm going to soften my knees and I release it. So how about balance? Trying to take one foot off. There we go. Sorry, I'm going to have fun with this. It makes me laugh. So increasing balance because we're on an unsteady surface now. So all these proprioceptors from your feet are talking to your head. Awesome stuff. Okay, what else we have? Decreasing cellulite. What did I tell you? The lymphatic system. You're flushing the lymphatic fluid in the body, and that's going to help with the release of cellulite. Strengthening and toning just by standing. I have just standing here. I'm tightening muscles. I'm toning muscles. I haven't even done really an exercise. How cool is that? And fast recovery. So say you had a really tough workout. You're a runner, you're a biker, whatever your sport of choice is, and your muscles are sore, stand on it and just take a little lunge into it and let those muscles recover. Let some oxygen come into the blood flow that pushes oxygen through your body. So how cool is that? Pain relief. Releasing tightness, tension, anything like that, just by shaking and relaxing into the joints. And lastly, for people who are restricted from exercise, you can't do high impact, high energy exercise workouts. This is a lot of energy in here. I don't know if you're into the science and nerdy stuff about this. I'm really not, but someone in the community posted about a megahertz chart of how much energy is being put out of this machine into your body to move. So let's see. Someone asked, I can't watch this whole video right now. Yeah, I think they're going to be having it on the Life Pro page. So definitely come back and check it out because I've got some great tips for you today on how to strengthen your core and also how to get some therapeutic stretching simply by using the Life Pro. Okay, what else can I tell you? It's been 15 minutes and I haven't shown you any exercises. Let me talk a little bit more about the benefits of Life Pro and the Rumblex in a little bit, in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and start doing something, shall we? So I'm going to make this super easy for people who cannot get on the floor. I've got a stool, okay? I'm going to sit on here and I'm going to reprogram this. Right now I am on what we call the oscillating, the up, down, okay? I'll keep it here for a while and you can see my knees are going up and down. So how cool is that? You don't have to stand. If you're someone who can't stand, you've got some reasons you cannot stand, stay right here and do this. And then you can go ahead and round your shoulders, round your head, relax them, inhale, exhale, and restack your spine. And you're going to go ahead and roll down again, exhale, inhale, exhale, come back. Do that a couple more times, okay? Now, I'm really going to cue you on breathing. It's super important to exhale all that stale air out of your belly. Tighten the corset in your belly, your natural girdle, and then restack your spine. I'm going to change the from the oscillating to the lateral move. Again, this is my favorites. I kind of go through stages with this, and I've got it on about a speed of 17 or so. Okay, so from here, I'm working legs a little bit. I'm going to cross my leg for a figure 4 stretch. Now, you can see, hopefully you can see, well, I'll increase the vibration. What the heck? Because it feels good. I'm going to increase the vibration. And by the way, I don't know if you can see this from the side or not. There's lights there that tell me I'm in the red zone, and that is not necessary for a beginner, the red zone. We want to keep you in a low vibration. But I'm going to simply cross my leg, sit tall, forearms are going to press into my shin, flexing my foot, and just lean over. A little bit about therapeutic stretching. Unlike what you normally think stretching is, therapeutic stretching should be held longer. Honestly, one pose, one stretch, if you can hold it for 3 minutes, I don't mean you have to be perfectly still. You breathe into it, you go a little deeper into it, but that same stretch for 3 minutes, you will go into the deep, dry, tight layers of tissue. You'll know you've done it right because it's hard to get out of the stretch. Okay, I mean, I've taught classes where I hear a lot of groaning when we get done with a 3-minute hold. Sometimes we hold 5 minutes. So this hip is tight on me, and I'm just going to hinge into it. Breathe out, come back in, exhale, breathe into it. And now maybe the third time here, I'm going to hold it. Now again, I'm sitting on a chair. My hips are just about as high as my knees, maybe a little higher. You don't want a chair too low. It'll be a little bit harder on your back. You want to be a little higher. And now I'm going to lean into it. Now, because we don't have a lot of time and I have so many exercises I want to show you, I'm not going to hold this very long. But even the benefit of holding this, getting my thigh bones to shape while I'm doing this figure 4 stretch is releasing my piriformis muscles. That's the muscle that attaches from your sacrum into your hip socket. And that feels really good. Okay, so that's a simple stretch. I'm on a lateral and I'm on a high intensity. Now, let's go a little further on this, shall we? We're going to go into some lower back exercises and upper back. So some of you are familiar with what's called quadruped position. You're on all fours. Now, because some of you can't get on your knees, we're going to bend your knees and we're just going to put our hands here. And you can see my arms shaking. In this quadruped position, my butt's sticking out, my knees are bent. If you've got tight hamstrings, no worry. On an exhale, pull your belly up and drop your head. On an inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Now, I'm looking up to see the screen to look at you guys. I don't really need to look at you because I'm watching me. But I'm going to look forward. And on the exhale, tuck the chin, press into, and I'm in my finger pads rather than the heel of my hands.
And I'm going to gently get that energy to come up my arms, into my core, down my legs. And then we're going to inhale and exhale. So we're working on contracting the back muscles, relaxing the abdominals, releasing the glutes, to exhaling, dropping the head, tightening the belly, stretching the hamstrings, and relaxing the glutes. So I'll do one more of these, and slowly hands on the knees and roll up. Okay, so that's 2, 3 different things that if you're not able to get on the floor, you can do simply daily. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this pad, I'm going to put it on the ground lengthwise. I'm going to lay on the floor, and I'm going to do something that's called a bridge. This is to help with the lower belly and the back. Great if you have back issues. By the way, if you do have issues in your tissues, and who doesn't, be sure that you have physician's clearance. If you have any kind of medical conditions, and I'll go through the list later on. I'm going to make sure you can see me. I'm going to adjust my screen a bit. If you have any medical conditions, you've got to get clearance. It's super important you get clearance from your doctor on this. As with any exercise, right? That's the right thing to do. Okay, so here's what I'm doing with the bridge. I'm going to take one of the resistance bands and I'm going to put it around my thighs, okay, right above the knees. I'm going to lay on the floor. Now, from this point on, I'm going to talk really loud because I hope you can hear me. And I'm going to put my feet on the vibration platform. Head down, shoulders down. And we're going to simply do is press the back into the floor. My eyes are over my knees, and then I'm going to relax. I'm going to exhale and flatten up. Exhale all the air out. Compress in the abdominals. Inhale and arch the spine. I call this the mouse house. We'll exhale now. I'm going to come up a little higher. And there's some core instability here because I'm swaying, and that's okay. I'm getting my leg muscles to kick in. Then I'm going to roll down. I'm only going to do 2 more. I'm doing about 5 reps of each today. And really, I'm talking about quality movement, not quantity. Exhale, curl your tailbone up, press into your feet to lift, and then roll down. On the next one, we're going to stay lifted. Feet flat, breathe in, exhale, belly to floor, butt curls up, stay lifted, hands press down. We're going to open and close the legs for 5, 4, working your glutes, 3, 2, 1, and roll down. Now, many people get cramps doing this in their hamstrings. I understand that. It's because you're not using your glutes enough. That's one reason. There's other reasons, but some say, oh, I'm dehydrated, I'm lacking potassium. Honestly, you know what it is? It's weak glutes. So you get those glutes fired up, you'll use less hamstring. My next exercise is very similar. Feet together, and I'm going to let the blade of the foot rest on the platform. And I'm just going to relax here for a little bit and let the inner thighs open up. This alone is a therapeutic stretch. You can stay here, adjust your feet. They don't have to touch, and let the muscles and the bones shake and release in the hips. That's the therapeutic part of this posture, this diamond shape pose. But if you bring your feet together and squeeze them together and flatten your back, there's a tailbone tilt, and press up. Now you can see I'm shaking like a leaf, and I'm going to roll down nice and slow. I'll do that 4 more times. Exhale, navel in, tailbone curls up, eyes gazing over my chest. I'm not looking at the sky. I want my neck long. Pushing down in the blades of the feet, using the glutes, and rolling down. And we'll do 3 more of those. Exhale as you roll up. Inhale, use your ribs to pull down. And again, roll it up. Stay lifted. When you get a little bit more confident with this, you don't use your arms at all. You're anchoring your shoulders, and you roll down. So while I'm doing that, why not strengthen my shoulders? I've got 1 more. Anchor the shoulders, roll it up, Stay lifted, and we're gonna pulse up. We're gonna push out in the arms, lift the hips, breathe out for 3, 2, and 1, and roll it down. Bring your knees in, together, rock gently side to side. I'm gonna save some of this for later. I have a nice little hip release I like to do on the floor, but I'll save it for later because I've got more to share with you. So we'll come up slowly. So let's talk a little bit about what is your core, because people think it's just your abdominals. Okay, it's just not abs. Your core. I tell my clients this: cut off your arms, cut off your neck, cut off your legs. Okay, your core is everything else. It's the pushing muscles, it's the back muscles, it's the glutes, it's the whole rectus abdominis. So that's your core. So when we're strengthening core, it's just not crunches. Although the bridge and the hip rolls were really a good way to start. Okay, let's go into a little bit more work. Speaking of bridge, I showed you the cat-cow hands kneeling, right? Or bending. Let me show it to you a little bit differently. This would be the next progression for someone who can kneel down. Okay, I'm on my knees. I'm still going to use this wonderful lateral move. Now again, you guys, there's 7 different options here. I'm keeping it simple today, and I'm going to show you simple exercises I'm building on. Finger knuckles, finger pads, not the heel of the hands. I got to emphasize that, not the heel of the hands. Oop, I think I just turned the machine off. Back on. I'm going to go for pulsation and lateral. So I'm going to get a 2-for-1 special here. There we go. So pulsation and lateral. And I'm going to take it to, again, I'm going to go mid-range, maybe about 15, 20. Okay. Shoulders down. My knees are right under. I'm going to lift my hips, or lift my knees and lower. Exhale, inhale. So when I talked about the core, I said cut off your arms, right? I am working my arms, but I am working the shoulder stabilizers. The 2 most mobile joints in your body, shoulders and hips. So we want to strengthen those joints and then move them. So here's your just regular, we're going to call this bear pose. From this bear pose, you can take it a little further. You can round your spine, exhale, inhale, arch, and there's your cat-cow. Okay, do a couple of those. I go into a bear pose, and I slide one leg out and then the other, and bring one leg into the other. Slide one leg out and the other, and in. It's my plank with a little bit of asymmetrical movement. And I'm only doing 5 reps of that. Then I'll take a commercial break. Here's my last one. And then come on down. So a lot of the energy has come up through my shoulders. I work my triceps, I work my core, I work my glutes. Just to change it up, to open up my shoulders now, I'm going to actually come on the other way, in front. I'm going to put my hands, I'm going to sit on this. And by the way, sitting here, you can do a cat-cow. Tuck and arch. Just like we did sitting on a chair, just like we did on our knees, just like we did laying on the back, that little hip roll. I'm opening up my hips. I'm working my core. I'm stretching between my shoulder blades, and I'm breathing. Okay, now that I've done a few of those and I've got movement, I've got energy coming up my spine all the way to the top of my head, I'm taking my fingertips and pointing them back. Okay, so again, spread the fingers. Now, I have a lot of clients, like me, that are old, that tell me, oh, it hurts my wrists. And it's probably because you haven't done enough weight bearing on your wrists these days. So arthritis moves in, but you know, motion is lotion. Make that your mantra. Motion is lotion. And look at this simple motion. I have light weight on my hands. Then I can lift my hips. Now I've got a lot of weight on my hands. Light weight, just my fingertips. Then my knuckles, then almost the heel hands, and I'm gonna push up. Okay? We just layer these moves. We don't have to go to the end game right away. But I'll show you how I can do a little tailbone tuck. I'm walking my feet out. I'm going to do a reverse bridge here. I'm going to roll up and a reverse plank. Lift the hips. Watch the head. Don't throw it back. And then pull the ribs back and sit down. So I'm opening up my shoulders. Again, working my triceps. I'm working my core and I'm working my wrists. If that gets too much, simply put your hands down in the opposite direction. Put a little pressure there and make that energy move up the wrists, the forearms, the elbows to the shoulders. Okay, so this is what we call reverse table pose in yoga or reverse bridge. Okay, so we're going to come up and roll back through it. A lot of control. Press down, push the knees over the toes, lift the hips. Now you can get a little crazy with this as you get stronger and the legs straighten out. Stretch the hamstrings out and lift. So this is a very strong move. Glutes firing up, back muscles, abs, spine. And you take a big breath in, 5 breaths. We can do anything, 5 of anything, right? Press the finger pads, the knuckles. You can gaze toward your toes, just checking with your neck. Lift your chest, lift the corners of your mouth. That gives you a little more lightness in the movement. And then slowly bring it down. Shake things out, move that energy around. Okay, I'm going to move you around a little bit. We're going to face this part the length of the platform. Now, again, if the wrists are bothering you, check this out. You can put the heel of the hands here and do that same move, okay? Same kind of move. You've got a different movement in what's going on in your energy. I was side to side facing this way. Now it's like front to back. So it's a whole different energy move in my body. I'm going to work on what's called a rollback. Feet are planted. Hold on to your knees. Just like I'm building on this, just like we rolled back into the bridge pose and then bend the elbows, pull yourself up. You can use the assistance of your hands. Be very careful, not jamming the chin to the chest. One fist goes under the chin, pull the belly in, then the collarbones lift up. I lead with the heart and I pull back with the belly. So these are our nice little hip rolls in a different fashion. Now what I love about the Rumblex is the curved platform, perfect for all our Pilates moves, and I've got a few I want to show you. So one, which is my favorite, and it's challenging for many people, is called boat pose. Hold on to your knees and roll back. You're going to find that one spot of the back of your sitting bones, and you're going to hold on to one leg. Okay? Hold on tight, bring the other leg up. And oh yeah, so there's a lot of shaking going on. Take your hands under your calves and hold there. Now, as you get more confident with this posture, you can let go and hold on. If the flexibility of your legs allows it, you can reach up. You can make it even more intense by stretching up. And it's super important that you're breathing. Oh yeah, you don't want to have a liquid lunch before you work out, by the way, or liquid breakfast. Okay? Squeeze those legs together in any fashion, whether it's here. You might start with one leg at a time, and that's okay. Start where you're at and work your way up. Quality movement. Okay, so that was our little roll back to boats. And I'm just going to open up my hips for a second and straighten my arms up. I got to get a little lift here. Kind of a counter pose. And come back down. Now scoot yourself forward on this platform. Carefully roll back. I'm going to bring one knee with me. Head and shoulders are off. Fist distance under the chin. Bring the other knee up. Keep your feet as high as your knees and hold on. Just doing this, your spine is giving this wonderful amount of vibration in. Okay, once you feel pretty anchored on here, let's go to what we call single leg stretch. You're going to hold on to one knee, pull it in, stretch the other one out. Compress it into the hip capsule, and then the other. Again, 5 of these. Exhale, exhale. If this bothers your neck, hold behind the head and pull in with one arm. Okay, you've got options. Now, both knees in, crown of the head's lifting up, You're working your entire rectus abdominis. We're going to push out both legs. It doesn't have to be far. A little push is fine, keeping the back plastered into the Rumblex. Now, if you want a little more, you can exhale out, push it out. Inhale, and I'm going to do 3 of those. Push it out, back in. I'm not kicking it, but I'm pushing out from my center. Last one. From here, you're going to hold on behind the thighs, stretch the legs up. Hold behind one calf, extend the leg. Pull one leg in, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull. Exhale, exhale. Nice stretching those hamstrings. Pull, 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 pull. I've got one more thing for you guys and we'll come out of this little series. Okay, bring the knees in, hold. Hands behind the head. Work obliques. Opposite leg, elbow lifts up, other elbow down. We're not trying to touch the knee. We're just lifting the elbow up. Maybe you might touch the knee, maybe you won't. It's okay. And exhale. And exhale. Pelvis still. And rotate. Important is the breath. We're going to do one more each side. And you're going to finish it up. Hold the knee. Roll yourself up. And come on out. Ooh, my abs are smoking with that little bit of work. Again, any questions, feel free to hit me up on this. You want to feel how your core gets engaged on this machine. It is incredible. It'll take your Pilates, your core exercises to a whole new level. I mean, the thing about it is, the abs get a blast here just by standing. All the muscles fibers of your core just work more effectively. There's going to be a quicker recovery and ultimately tighter abdominals because of it. So let's move a little bit further. Let's talk about stretching, okay? Because I told you I'd do a little bit of therapeutic stretch. I'm going to get behind the machine. I'm going to put the pad down, and this is going to be for someone who can kneel down. You know, and I'm saying this with all respect because not all of us can get on our knees. And I want to give you a little tip, those of you that have issues in the tissues. If you take a towel, hopefully if nothing else, this tip is going to help you today enjoy your Rumblex and your exercise. You're going to take a towel, right? And I folded it up. You're going to place it not on the kneecaps, but right on the shin. So my knee cap is below it. So when I kneel down, and I'm going to double up a little more. When I kneel down, my kneecaps never touch the floor. My shin bones are pressing into the towel. And that will take a lot of pressure off your kneecaps. So once again, I'm going to go with my favorite setting today. Joel, I hope you don't mind I didn't sell all the settings, even though, gosh, guys, 7 settings you have. But I think for what we're doing in the core, lateral with vibration rocks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my lateral and pulsation. And I'm going to hit it up for a speed of about 15 again, 15 to 20. Oh, this is 20. It might be too much for some of you, you'll know. Bring a knee up. Okay, curl the back toes of the other leg. So right here, we're working on a hip flexor stretch. You're gonna lean into it. Now remember I told you about those stability straps? Here's one right here, okay? You can hold this out and that'll help keep you stable. Okay, that might help you, or you can hold it forward. That's an option. I've also got my stretchy strap here, okay? I'm gonna reach up and get a nice big stretch in my arm. I'm gonna reach it back. I might even take a little bit of a twist back here and up. But I'm just pushing through and I've got something to hold on to open up my chest. You can even take your hand behind your head and breathe into this. Come out of it and push the hip forward into it. Keep the belly in. Again, you don't need the strap, but that's for someone who wants a little more tactile experience of holding on to something to get that lift. Whatever works for you. So this is a wonderful hip flexor stretch. You're going to feel a little bit of work in the quads. So we get out of that, and I'll show you how. Fingertips on the platform. My back foot, I'm gonna lift the knee up, I'm gonna drop my head down, lift the front toes. There's a hamstring stretch here. Exhale. We're gonna come back down to the knee, hand on the thigh, hand on the hip, press forward, exhale. Inhale, back off, fingertips down, push up, you gotta use your core, lift up, exhale. Bring it back down, nice and gently, hips forward, press through. Now, I said 1 minute to 3 minutes, holding, moving in and out. Stick with this. It's not about reps and therapeutic stretch. It's about time, okay? You want time for that hip flexor to release. But if you're feeling any compression in the other hip, you back off. And then you go a little deeper. Okay, you want to go to that place where you're not pulling so hard the Goji reflex tendon stops you. You want to feel sensation of length. And then we're going to take it back one more time. So my fingertips are on here, sending energy up my body. I'm pulling my thigh bone back. Okay, so this would probably be more of an advanced version for some of us. So what's your option if you don't want to kneel down? Glad you asked. Let's try this one. I'm going to come up. I'll do the other leg so that hip doesn't feel neglected. I'm going to step on here. Now, by the way, when you step in the center of the platform, not as much vibration or sensation, pulsation, oscillation, is that a word? But if you step out to the side, you're going to get a little bit more. There's going to be more movement. So I'm going to step out to the side. It's challenging my balance, which means it's challenging my core. I'm going to step that back foot. I have my heel planted. That's for stability. Those of you that want a little instability, I've lifted my back heel. And there's the stretch. I'm going to bend my knee and come up. Bend and come up. I'm sinking my knee down. I'll show you from the side what that looks like, by the way. Okay. Hips are square. I'm dropping my knee down. Let's call it a lunge, if you will. Why not? Because that's kind of what it is. But we're talking about the stretch part of it. So I'm supporting both of my hands on the thigh to keep my chest up. I've got my glute fired up. That opens up my hip. Now I'm going to reach up, take a big breath in. Hand presses into the head pushes back. You see I'm kind of losing my balance? Yeah, I am. Because of this machine. I love it. It's making my core work while I'm getting this beautiful stretch in the hip flexor. You can put both hands here, a little more challenging because you can't hold on to anything. And breathe in. Relax the shoulders. Find a focal point to stare at. You can come out of it for a second, straighten the leg. Push the toe, pull the toes up. There's your hamstring. Bend the knee and come down into it. Come back. Come into it. See, I rolled my toes. Or you can come back and hinge. Hinge, hinge. Not round back, flat back. Hinging. Pulling that thigh bone in the hip socket. And a nice little stretch into where the hamstring originates, the hip, and in the back of the knee where it inserts. It's moving those muscles, it's making them release. Okay, so that's your hip flexor stretch, hamstring stretch. Okay, downward dog for you yogis out there. Whole different set of feeling. And I'm going to kind of make this a little more active. I'm going to combine a little stretch and a little strengthening, okay? I'm going to move this pad out of the way. I'm going to take my hands down, fingertips first, spread them wide. Then find the big knuckles, then light on the heel of the hands. Walk back into a plank. Once you're in your plank, you're going to bend your knees, push your butt back, and drop your head so the ears are in line with the biceps. And now, oh my gosh, all that energy coming up your shoulders. Opening the lats. Round your spine like we've done in our cat-cow. And roll yourself forward until your shoulders come directly over your knuckles. There's your plank. Take a big breath in. Bend the knees slightly. Push the hip creases back. You want a hamstring stretch, drop the heels. Take another big breath in, alongside out. Press into your finger pads. Round the spine, drop the head, look toward your belly button, and come forward. Lengthen through the crown of the head, through the heels. That was 2. Let's do some variation. You'll like this one if you want a little more kick in your core work. You're going to push back into a downward dog. Opposite hand taps opposite ankle. Then you come back. And then you push back. Opposite hand to opposite ankle. And you come back. All the way back in. And then all the way back out. And in. Out. Now, for some of you who have a little problem with that, just bend the knee in. Bend the knee in. Tap. Tap. Okay? If you just want a little challenge here, and this is too much, but give it a shot. If you keep practicing, your muscles will get more sensations each time to stretch. Let's do one more. Exhale. Inhale back to center, and then exhale. Last but not least, I'm going to come to my knees for a second. We're going to do mountain climbers. An aggressive move for core strength. There's options. I'm going to show you the first option. I'm on all fours in that bear pose. I'm going to bring one knee to one elbow, okay? Kind of an easier option, but still super effective. Otherwise, you're in a plank, knee to elbow. Exhale. I'm doing a cross climber. For 3, 2, 1, and done. And come on out. Oh, Lord.
So any questions so far, guys? Please hit us up in the comments. I hope, hey, Rochelle. Yes, okay. I don't see any questions, but I'm hoping the Life Pro team is checking them out. Okay, so I've got about 13 more minutes. Let me tell you a little bit about the product specs on this. And you know what, I'm gonna cheat because I'm old, I can't remember a lot of stuff. So let me tell you about the product specs. I'm gonna grab my little cheat sheet here. Okay, and I'm gonna sit down on the job. 31 inches long, 18 inches wide, 7.5 inches high. You can put this in your closet. You can put it under your bed. Wait, you can't, one person at a time. I guess you can hold your dog. That's not considered a person. But no more than 330 pounds capacity. Power 110 volt, frequency 4 to 40 hertz. A lot of energy. So let's see. It's got 3 motors. We oscillate, like I said, up, down, pulsate, vibrate, and then lateral, plus that 4th dimension of movement. Contradictions: pregnancy, epilepsy, gallstones, kidney stones, bladder stones, rheumatoid arthrosis, heart failure. Oh gosh, the list goes on. Chronic back pain, but you know what? Nah, just because you have back pain, talk to your doctor, tell them what you're doing. Severe diabetes, definitely check with the doc. Tumors, definitely check with your doc. Okay, I mean, this stuff is a rehab machine. This is a complete gym. You know, when COVID hit, like I bought my Pilates chair. I didn't have any weights. And then I got this. And Life Pro gave me everything else. So I had a complete gym at home. And my gym was my dining room because I didn't have room. So I just roll it up, literally. I'm going to show you how I roll it. You lift up and it rolls. Just like that. Pretty easy, right? Super easy to roll at the store. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, saving the best for last. So I also teach spinning, indoor cycling, and I've heard it from you guys in the Facebook group, especially cyclists, you know, the glutes, the piriformis. You don't have to be a spinner to get piriformis syndrome. I'm not saying you do when you spin, but if you're spending a lot of time sitting down, and who isn't these days, and you're in your comfy chair, abs are off, glutes are off, you're watching TV. I'm not making fun of you. Honestly, I'm not, I promise, because I'm doing the same thing, but you get this little, the sciatica gets a little fired up. It gets a little grumpy. So I'm going to show you a nice little series that I did for a Facebook Live for Life Pro when I first got this piece of equipment. I was so excited about it. And it's one of my favorite therapeutics for my class. I am going to bring a blanket. So if you're on a hard floor, put a blanket under you. There's something soothing about fabric underneath your back when you're laying down. So once again, my favorite, I'm going to put it on P3. That's a program, 10 minutes. So on, simple, maybe not, on. I'm going to hit my P3 gear. I'm going to hit the start button. I don't have to worry about speed. It's going to take care of it. We're going to go into a few different things. We're going to go into some windshield wipers, and we're going to take it to a figure 4 from there. So lie on down and enjoy the rest of this. Okay? You first lay down, and you want to make sure your shoulders are well anchored on the floor, broad across your chest. Your knees come in. This is internal rotation. Your body, your back probably loves this because you're creating space between the SI joint. So from here, you're going to take a breath in. To the right, exhale. Slowly let those bones drop over. Now this outside leg, let it stay there. Focus on the top leg. Pushing that knee toward the front corner of the machine, opening up into the obliques. Take an inhale. On the exhale, you're going to use your core muscles to roll into a neutral pelvis, knees touch, and then let the knees drop over to the other side. And check in with your shoulders. Remember, it's that top thigh that we're working on. Let your bones be heavy on the platform. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale to center. Inhale, take it over. Exhale all your air. Take a big inhale. Fill yourself up with fresh oxygen to move through the body. And exhale. Use those core abdominals to come back through center. Bringing to the other side. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Inhale, prepare to move. Exhale, take it over. We're going to stay to that side. Go slow. Give gravity time to do its magic. And once you're there, your bottom foot, you're going to pick up. It will go anywhere along the side of your thigh, hook on your knee. And test the water. If it's too much today, back off. Or you can put a blanket or something, or you can support your knee with your hand. And allow that hip to release. Now the bonus here is you're going to take, if it's my left thigh, left arm to the sky, drop the shoulder, and reach back. And get this beautiful stretch from fingertips to armpit to hip to heel. And let that outside knee drop. And let all that energy move through your body. Now slide out of it. You can stay there longer, but for the sake of our video, I want to go through this. Oh, there's a shaking. I might stay here a little longer. Now that I'm here, I'm going to stay here. That feels really good. I'm going to hang out for another breath. Sorry, I had to take advantage of the programming. Slide your foot off. Take an exhale to come back to center. Realign. Maybe shimmy a little bit. And then both knees will go over to the other side. Oh, we're on a high vibration, aren't we? Are we in the red zone here? Ooh, things are partying. Now, remember, once this leg settles, you can pick up the opposite
heel, and hook it. You can support your knee or push it away. Reaching the arm up, anchor your shoulder, stretch out. From fingertip all the way down to knee. Open up with the breath. Let your bones be heavy. Allow your muscles to relax, even though there's a party going on in this machine. See, I'm telling you, this machine, the Rumblex Pro, makes me smile. We'll bring the hand back slowly. We'll slide the foot up and we'll come back to center. And once we're there, we'll just wiggle a little bit. Take your legs over the machine, shift back a little, and let your legs shake out. You can turn your knees and toes out and in. We're moving into the hip joint here, creating motion. Motion is lotion, opening up those hips. And now bring your knee in one at a time. Hug one knee to your chest slowly, then the other. Tuck your chin, lift your head. Roll yourself off to the side. Take your time here. I don't want you to jump up. You'll slowly come up. Your head is the last thing to come up. Nice and slow. And back up. So, guys, I cannot express to you how much I love the Rumblex Pro 4. And I've been a fitness trainer for 22 years. I'm getting all my clients on here now. This is how they warm up. I don't have them do any dynamic warm up to start. We put them on the Rumblex. Ooh, my machine's talking to me, so I'm gonna shut it off. I put them on the Rumblex and I let them jiggle a little bit, and I let them shake a little bit. You don't even have to look in the mirror. They're like, I don't want to see my fat jiggle. I'm like, you're just seeing energy move around, you know? It's a good thing. You just want to jiggle it around. And then they walk off of it and they're feeling lighter already. Things just don't feel so stiff. And then we can go and start our workout. So a great warm-up tool, a great recovery tool after a hard workout, after a hard day at the office, after a hard day dealing with your kids or your significant other. And I say that with love. And here's the deal. Speaking of love, the Life Pro team is there with you every step of the way. I mean, I can't tell you how I can message Joel and I hear back from him on Facebook, or Amber. She's awesome. Oh my God, that girl rocks. I'm almost afraid to try her videos. Just kidding. They're awesome. Really good stuff. But, you know, they've got lots of ideas, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity here today to share some of my experience with the Life Pro Rumblex 4. I mean, it's a great machine. There's such versatility in here. It's very encouraging to know that all you have to do is spend 10 minutes, maybe once a day, twice a day, and reap such amazing benefits from a simple, but not very simple, a complex machine that's simple enough to have in home, simple enough to use. As a matter of fact, when I took this, I had this at home, as I told you. I had it in our dining room. That was my gym until I got my space opened. But when I pulled it out, my fiance was like, "What do you mean you're taking it to work?" Because he loved just laying there. He works at a desk all day at home. He just loved having that energy moving around. And here's another quick one. We went to California for the month of September. I made room in the car, and that came with me. I took my Rumblex on vacation for a month, and I just shook it around every day a little bit, and it was awesome. So if you have any questions, hit the Life Pro team up, leave questions in the chat box. Check out the website, lifeprofitness.com, I think it is. Amazon, check out, I think they got some amazing Black Friday, Cyber Saturday, whatever this is stuff. They always have deals going on. I mean, it's just not this weekend.
There's always a special, there's always a deal, there's always new products coming they're introducing to market, and there's always ways that the team of Life Pro will help you. These are low cost, well spent dollar options for you to live fit, to stay safe, to stay healthy, and stay strong. Thank you so much for your time and attention today, and I think my time is up. Bye for now, guys.